Oh gosh, where do we start with all of the Pattons here present? First of all, tell us about Christmas Day at the Pattons in the modern world, and then we'll go back in time.
So basically, Ellen and I wake up at the crack of dawn. Either I go into Ellen, or she comes into me, or we're in the same room, depending on who's over. We will open our stockings together and then eat all the chocolate buttons. Well, I do. Ellen eats some of them.
I eat some of them.
And then
mainly chocolate for breakfast on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then
we take out all the presents from under the tree and we come in here and we sort them all into different piles.
So like there's Mummy's pile, Daddy's pile, Amy's pile, Ellen's pile. That's all
organised.
Yeah. It's really fun as well.
And then we normally have to wait for like Mummy and Daddy to get up, which we get really impatient about.
Yeah.
And then Mummy and Daddy have to eat breakfast before we can then open the presents.
Yeah. And everybody has to get dressed.
Oh yeah. And then we can open presents.
That's a lot of hoops to have to jump through before the presents can be opened. We keep coming back to this theme at Christmas presents. Anticipation is half the joy.
I'm not sure there's a whole amount of joy in the waiting.
We try and hurry them along as much as we can. We're like, come on, eat.
So, you know, like.
And then Mark, are you on lunch duty?
If my parents are visiting from England, then Mark does it. If Mark's mum is here, then I do it.
As long as there is a clear demarcation of head chef and sous chef, then everything works well.
It has to be stated from the outset who is actually in charge. If we both think we're in charge, it doesn't end well.
See, again, organised. There's things are done right at the Pattons.
Yeah, there's only one person really responsible for that.
Our Christmas rules probably stem from my Christmas rules in that everybody had to be up and dressed and breakfasted before you got the presents. But my brother and I used to try and sneak down and take a look at the presents. We didn't open any until we were allowed to. But I remember one year we got up at some outrageous hour. We're talking 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. And we'd snuck downstairs to go and peek in the front room where the tree was. We were there in the hall at the front room door trying to open it, and it wouldn't open. And we couldn't work out why, because it wasn't a door with a lock or a key or anything. And we realised it was getting stuck at the top, and we looked up and my dad had put a hook and a loop at the top so we couldn't get into the room. So of course we went into the kitchen, got a stool to stand on, brought it back to the door. I held the stool, my brother climbed on top, and he was just unhooking it. And there was this massive shout from the top of the stairs, "Oi, you two, get back to bed!"
Oh, so close.
We were this close to getting in, but obviously had made too much noise rattling the door trying to get in it.
The one time I can remember telling my parents this is probably the best Christmas present you've ever got me was whenever they bought me ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2 on cassette to play in the cassette player that I think I got that year as well.
Okay.
It's between two, which are actually quite different. One is my pair of earbuds, which I got last year, which wirelessly pair to my phone, which I use quite a lot. I didn't realise how much I would use them. They're actually here. The other one would be my hand warmer, which is quite strange. It's like this gel stuff, and it has a wee metal disc in it, and when you press the disc, the whole thing solidifies and turns into a really warm kind of gel thing, and then it all spreads and you give it a wee mush and then it gets really, really warm. I do use it quite a lot when it gets cold.
No, I couldn't pick my favourite Christmas present, but the most memorable one was the year Mark got me a camera, and this was just before digital cameras took off. I actually thought he got me a vase. When he handed me the present, it was, "This is really, really fragile. Don't shake it. You are not allowed to shake it." And he got quite cross when I gave it a little just nudge.
Liz can't help shaking presents.
I can't help shaking presents.
Me neither.
I was all, as soon as he said how fragile it was, I thought, he's got me a vase. I'm going to have to be really, really excited about a vase. But anyway, whenever I opened it and it was a camera, I kid you not, I sat there for about an hour going, I can't believe you got me a camera. And it was a very good camera.
It would tie in very well with another one of my favourites, where I unwrapped the box that had contained my sister's camera from the previous year. And I thought I was being re-gifted my sister's camera. But inside there was a note saying, look in the lounge. And in the lounge there was a brand new bike.
I was going to go with my Scarlett, which is my Focusrite recording box that I have, which can connect to GarageBand on our computer, and then I can record like piano, guitar, vocals into it, which is really cool because I've done that quite a lot. I mean, that's how half of the stuff for church is being made through that. Or I'd have to say my guitar, honestly. Guitar. My last lockdown, learning driver's lessons by Olivia Rodrigo on my guitar. And I wrote a song on that as well, that lockdown, and just that, my lockdown is kind of associated with my guitar.
Well, here, I would imagine that several people in the parish this year will be getting a CD. I've got you this CD, which means that your gift is a gift that will be given to all sorts of people this year throughout the whole parish.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till He appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Led by the light of faith serenely beaming, with glowing hearts by His cradle we stand. So led by light of a star sweetly gleaming,